Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Krystal, and today it's a story time. Lay down! For fuck's sake. You good? Sorry, I have Gus in here. He is a nightmare today and all weekend. We're not going to talk about that. That isn't the story time. I will do another story time for that. This is a different story time. Trash truck. Do you really have to? Okay. Any hoosers. So, if you're not new, you know I recently moved. Okay. And I have a very spacious garage. I'm very proud of my spacious garage to do all of the things in. I don't know what things I'm going to do in there, but I could do all of the things in my garage. Okay. And whenever my mom went and got the keys for me, thank you, Mother, you're great. She got the keys, one key for the back door, one key for the front door, one garage door opener. There you go, okay? So normally, I would think a house with a 2-car garage would come with 2 garage door openers. I don't know if they only gave me one because they knew I was single and I didn't have a man with me, but how sexist? Is that sexist? I don't even know, okay? Anywho, I have one garage door opener, and it was working great. We loved her. Gus is rubbing his face on the floor, and apparently it feels great if you can hear him. Anyways, we loved her. She was working great. She was performing at peak performance. She was doing her job to the best of her ability and then some. And then one day she just said, fuck this. I'm gonna not do my job anymore. And she just didn't want to work. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe the battery's going dead. Maybe I just wasn't pointing it perfectly at the garage door. Maybe there was like, I don't know, you know? And then she started working again. I was like, oh, it must have been me. It must have been user error. Definitely, she's good. She's fine. She's working. And then one morning, you know, I go to take the kids to school. I back out of my garage. I hit the button. Nothing happens. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. Okay? So I hit the button a couple more times. Nothing happens. And I'm like, okay, fine. Fine. Cool. Whatever. I have to get these kids to school. I got to keep on trucking. I get out of my car. I run into the garage. I hit the button that's inside the garage. I jump over the sensor, track star moment, get in the car. I'm like, I'll worry about all this mess after I drop you guys off. We got to get you to school on time. Okay, we're not going to be late. So I get them to school, drop them off. I'm not even thinking about the garage door situation. I'm just assuming, like most would, that whenever you pull up to your house, you hit your button, the garage opens, you pull in, you are in your home, okay? So I get to my house, I hit the button, nothing. And I'm like, shit. I hit the button, nothing. And I noticed that the little light on the remote isn't lighting up. And I'm like, oh, well, it's got to be the battery, you know? It's got to be the battery. So I go around to the side, and there are some parking spaces that, like, guests and stuff can park at, because I live in a townhouse, little community. So there's parking spaces because we don't have driveways. We just have, like, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so I go park. I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, let me look at this garage door opener. And I cannot figure out a way to get this thing open to put a battery in it. Because I was like, I'll just run and get a new battery. Let me open it, get the battery out, and then I can go, I'll know what battery I need, and I will go get said battery. I can't get it open. I can't figure out a way to get this open. There's no little slidey doodad that, you know, you slide off, and there is a battery there. There's no nothing. There's no little, like, hatch door. There's no little, like, pull out little shelf thing, little drawer that's got the battery in it. There's none of that shit, okay? Absolutely none of it. And I'm like, son of a gun. So I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let me just go unlock my front door and go into my home, and I will go open the garage from the inside, pull my car around, park in there, and then we will figure out how to get this garage door opener open and a new battery acquired, no problemo. Okay? So I go to the front of my house, and as I'm walking to my front door, I start to have an oh shit moment because I realize I have it's not like a screen door, it's like a glass door before my front door. And my mom, like last week or so, was like, oh, I locked the glass door. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's a great idea. Locking the glass door, more protection, I don't have a key for that door. I don't have a key for the glass door. So I'm like, in my head, I'm praying that I did not lock it, that I was wrong in the thought that, hey, you locked that yesterday, like literally yesterday, you locked that fucker. I remember doing it, but something kept telling me, like, maybe no, maybe you're wrong. Maybe you didn't lock it. Maybe you're just remembering another time when you locked it, as if you've lived here for years and years. Okay, it's only been a couple of weeks, but go try, sister. I tried, it's locked. I tried to shove every key I had in that hole, none of them fit. And I'm like, well, shit. Well, then I'm like, okay. I have a gate to my patio area, and we put a lock in the gate so no one could open the gate from the outside, but the kids also can't open the gate and get out. So they are like locked in the little patio area. Wanted them to be secure if Max wanted to go out there and like play around or whatever. I didn't have to worry about him being able to open the gate and get out, or anyone being able to get in without really putting in work. So I'm like, okay, I'll stand on my trash can and I'll jump over my gate because I can't open the damn thing from the outside. So I will just jump over my gate and I will get in my patio area. And then I'm like, why? Why waste your fucking time, Krystal? Because the door to the patio area is not locked once, but locked twice. The doorknob and the deadbolt are both locked, and I don't have any keys for those. I don't have keys for those locks. Nobody gave me keys for those locks. I don't have keys to that door. Okay? So I'm like, what do I do now? So I go back to the garage door opener. I'm like, you are the weak link here, honey. So I'm going to see if I can get you open. And I'm like prying, and I constantly feel like I'm about to break it. And I'm like, the last thing I need to do is break this thing, because if I completely annihilate it, I'm really screwed. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, we're going to get this figured out. Okay. We've got the entire day to figure it out, and we are going to do this because we are an independent woman, and we will figure out what's going on. And just as I said that, I hit the button by accident, and I noticed the light lit up. And I was like, So I go around, and when I had hit it, I was close enough to my garage, the garage had opened. So I pull in, I'm like, okay, I'm in the house. First thing I do, go through the house, unlock that damn glass door. I was like, no, glass door unlocked. You can't be locked. We shall not be locking you because I can't get in you, and I need to be able to unlock my front door and get inside my house in the event I am locked out of my garage. So unlock the glass door. We're good to go there. I still have not fixed the garage door opener situation. Sophia had the bright idea that maybe it was cold because it has gotten colder. First week we lived here, it was like in the 80s and I was wearing shorts, and now it is like in the 50s, like the highs in the 50s. It's much colder. And she was like, one morning, she said, well, is it cold? Is the garage door opener cold? Is like, maybe that's why it's not working. And then I put it up against the heater and it worked just fine. So then I was like, maybe it's cold. No, it needs a new battery. I'm almost positive because it only works half the fucking time. But I only think about it when I'm trying to get in and out of the damn garage. I'm not thinking about it other times. But I swear I'm going to get this rectified. I'm going to do it. I'm in my house, obviously, but that was a scary, like 30, 40 minutes of me panicking, trying to figure out how I'm going to get in my house. I was like, well, thankfully I have my car, I have my car keys, I have my wallet. I have everything I need, you know. I have everything I need. I can still pick my kids up from school. I just can't get them in my house afterwards. But crisis averted. Thank you, Lord, for just, sending your blessings from above and having that thing light up and open at that time, because I was trying to remain calm, but I was about 3 seconds from going into full-blown panic mode. So anyways, that is the story of me locking myself out of my new house. Okay, so few lessons to be learned here. 1, garage door remote maintenance. Make sure you do that. Okay, make sure you know how to open and change batteries so this doesn't happen to you. Also, make sure you don't lock doors if you don't have a key to them, with the exception of like my patio doors. They will be remaining locked because I can now get in my front door. But I hope you enjoyed this little story time. I love you guys. If you have not subscribed yet, please do that before you go. Also, you can check out my links in my description box, and you can go over to TikTok and Instagram if you don't get enough of me over here on YouTube during the week. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.